I am sure that each of you dreamed of becoming a billionaire and living in the world of luxury at least once. At the same time, only a few manage to make their dream come true. So, why are so few people able to earn a lot of money? Are only the chosen few becoming billionaires? Is a luxurious life a gift from God? Is it a reward for hard work? In this video, I will try to answer all these questions. One of the main problems of modern society is the uneven distribution of wealth. Many people ask the following question: is it fair that while children are starving in Africa, billionaires live in a world of luxury and can have whatever they want? They manage to accumulate enough funds to provide a comfortable life for several generations in the future. According to research, 82% of the world's wealth is in the hands of 1% of people. In other words, the remaining 99% of the world's population has only the remaining 18% of wealth. Such a situation has a lot of negative consequences. Such inequality makes it difficult for the majority of the population to access basic services and resources, such as health, education, and housing, which leads to a deterioration in the quality of life. In addition, rich people can have a significant influence on decision-making in society. Many billionaires try to influence political processes in order to secure their fortune. As a result, inequality in the distribution of wealth is a serious problem that not only has a negative impact on economic growth and social well-being, but also threatens democracy. In order to solve this issue, we need to have the cooperation of governments at the international level. Thanks to political control and economic reforms, global inequality has greatly decreased over the past few decades. As of today, the poorest people in the world receive a huge increase in wages, and this contributes to a more even distribution of income. At the same time, there are more and more billionaires every year. There are 15 times more billionaires today than there were a quarter of a century ago. But is it possible to be one of them? Not all billionaires were born into rich families, and their success stories prove that the impossible is nothing. Why does success come to some people, while others have to live without having anything? Imagine two trees that grow right next to each other. In order to grow, they need light and moisture. If one tree grows even a little taller than the other, it will get a little more light. Thanks to this small advantage, the next day it will grow even higher. And then again and again. Eventually, its lush crown will hang over a neighbor tree, and it will be in the shade. And now a low tree no longer receives enough sunlight. In addition, the powerful roots of a tall tree take almost all the moisture, and the low one gets almost nothing. Despite the fact that two identical trees originally grew in the same conditions, one of them became incredibly strong and beautiful. And all this is solely due to the fact that at one point one of these trees grew slightly higher than its neighbor. This example shows that to become the best of the best, it is not necessary to be twice as good as competitors. It is enough to have only a small advantage, but use it in time to get what you really deserve. Most people don't use their advantages in time. At the very same time, many of those who are able to reach success at the given time decide that there's no need to work, thus giving free space for their competitors. But truly successful people are always on the move. They will never miss a chance to get ahead and will never stop on the current point. They strive to increase their capital every day, thus leaving competitors far behind. However, not everyone is able to live in this mode, which is why only 1% of people become millionaires. You have to admit that being 1 out of 100 is not that hard. Relatively speaking, you only need to beat 99 competitors. Now think and answer honestly. Are you ready to enter this race? Think about your advantages. What talents do you have? What kind of education do you have? In the modern world, there are many people who do not even have access to primary education. Many of them have health problems, while others do not even have a roof over their heads. Think about the fact that among the hundreds of your conditional competitors, there are many people who are much less lucky in this life than you. After all, if you watch this video to the end, it will also be to your advantage. Many people don't know something that you are going to learn soon. Take advantage of this and start acting. It has long been proven that billionaires have a special type of thinking. There are many books and interesting movies about this phenomenon. We know that it is difficult to compare the thinking of Bill Gates, who independently earned his fortune, with the thinking of Dubai billionaires who were lucky to be born in the right place at the right time. It is also impossible to compare the mindsets of Chinese and Russian billionaires, since the economy is too different in these countries. Today, we will focus only on the so-called self-made billionaires. Those are people who earned their fortune almost from scratch. After all, those who are lucky enough to be born in a golden cradle are unlikely to watch this video. They are too busy enjoying their luxurious life. All self-made billionaires, including Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and many others, had a strong desire for innovation. All of them were interested in modern technologies, and they had their own vision of the future. We can say that these people weren't really dreaming of becoming rich, but the main thing was to get the opportunity to implement their bold ideas. They were doing their best to make our lives better. If you only dream of earning billions and spending all day doing nothing but enjoying your luxurious life, then I have to disappoint you. Your dream is unlikely to come true, unless you were born into a billionaire family. But if you have your own business idea, and you believe that one day it will bring you billions, and the whole world will know your name, then this video is just for you. If you also have good intuition, then your chances of being successful are even higher. Billionaires see opportunities where others do not notice them, and intuition plays an important role in this matter. It is also almost impossible to become a billionaire without having leadership qualities. Lucky for you, these qualities can be developed. Today, there are a lot of different trainings and webinars. They can teach you how to delegate tasks, motivate employees, and make quick decisions in difficult situations. Usually, billionaires are the leaders of their companies, so they simply need effective management skills. Even though we are saying that everything depends on us, it's not fair not to mention that some people still have certain privileges. And it's not just about global inequality, because even a minimal advantage can be enough to leave competitors far behind. Toby Morris is an illustrator from New Zealand. He has published a comic book that explains the important role of privileges in our lives, and he shows many things which we don't even notice. It is called On a Plate, a comic that gives a simple and perfect explanation of privilege. More than 6 million people liked it on Facebook. By using the comic book heroes, Richard and Paula, the author explains how external circumstances help some people achieve success and hinder others. For example, Richard has a wealthy family that has created optimal conditions for him to study. Parents have high hopes for their son, and when he gets bad grades, they can hire tutors for him. Paula was also lucky with her parents. They love her, but in order to give their daughter everything they need, they have to work day and night. It's cold and damp in their house, so Paula is often sick and often misses her poor school with crowded classrooms and tired teachers. Paula's parents are also happy with their daughter's average grades because they still won't be able to pay for her education at a good college. After school, Richard went to university, and Paula turned out to be very capable and purposeful, and despite her school and health problems, she entered college. But now her family is in debt, and Paula is forced to work and study. After university, thanks to his father, Richard gets a good position. At the same time, he is sure that he has achieved everything himself. He knows that there was no help, and he really studied well, and has all the necessary skills. Paula's parents have no connections, and she always has to prove that she deserves a place under the sun. She had to put in a lot more effort than Richard. Perhaps she was more capable and talented by nature, but she did not have the privileges that Richard possessed, so she never managed to overtake him. However, in the case of Paula and Richard, they used their opportunities and did not miss chances. Yes, not everyone is destined to become billionaires. Therefore, billionaires should be aware of the responsibility that lies on them. Once at the top, many of them like to spend money, enjoy life, and believe that they have the right to do so. For example, Dan Bilzerian, who earned a fabulous fortune playing poker, likes to demonstrate his luxurious life on his Instagram. He became famous thanks to outrageous parties with curvy beauties. However, many people call him a fake billionaire and say that he doesn't know how to deal with money. The fact that billionaires only know how to live in luxury is just a myth. In fact, managing a lot of money is not an easy task. In our society, it is considered that billionaires are unscrupulous and greedy people for whom money is more important than people. But today, this stereotype is being broken by a lot of self-made billionaires. Modern rich people are concerned about environmental and social problems in third-world countries. They are not only engaged in charity, but also invest a lot of money in projects that will change the world for the better. When a lot of money is in the right hands, it is a great blessing. And what kind of good deeds would you do if you are lucky enough to become a billionaire? Share your opinion in the comments below.